Mo Salah has delivered a bombshell interview to journalists, and within that interview, and this is in the mix zone after the game, where he's willingly spoken, he said, for example, quotes like this: "It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. That is how I'm feeling. I think it's very clear that someone wanted me to get all of the blame." And in terms of his relationship with Arne Slot, he says that the relationship has broken down. There's no relationship between us. It was a very good relationship. Now, all of a sudden, there is no relationship. And when asked, what do you do with the situation now? He said, "It is not acceptable for me. I don't know why this is happening to me. I don't get it. I think if this was somewhere else, every club would protect its player. How I see it now is like you throw Mo under the bus because he is the problem in the team now. But I don't think I am the problem. I have done so much for this club." The questions continue, as you would expect, in the mix zone, with incredible interest in what Mo Salah is saying. And he said, "Is this your last game for Liverpool?" Well, he said, "In football, you never know. I don't accept the situation." And again, he reiterates, "I have done so much for the club." Jamie Redknapp also discussed Salah's future on Saturday Night Football for that 3-3 draw against Leeds before these quotes emerged. And this is what Jamie had to say.
He's probably thinking, why am I not starting? The facts are his form hasn't been good enough. Now, I don't foresee a situation where Liverpool, because I think they would have so much respect for him that they'll be actively trying to move him. I think if he were to happen, it's accelerated really quickly, and if something were to happen as quickly as January, it will come more from him.
Could that happen with the African Cup of Nations, though, going on? Because he's going to disappear after that
He's going to go away, I think, next week, is it after?
Week on Monday.
A week on Monday. Anything can happen in football. If he really decides and he speaks to his agent and they go, "Look, it's not sustainable. I don't want to..."
Do you think that would be the best solution for everybody then, if that happened in January?
I don't necessarily think in January. I think we've got to just let this settle. But I don't foresee that he'll see out his 2 years of his contract. I think it might be more in the summer if he were to go. When Mo's at his best, of course you want him in that team because he gives you a better balance. Conor Bradley as well, I think will probably say he'd rather have him out there. I think if you ask Dominic Szoboszlai, does he want to play right wing? No, he wants to play as a central player.
Let's just recap some more of these quotes. So just to remind you, these were given in the mix zone after the game at Ellen Road. This is where the players pass through, journalists try and grab a word with them. Mo Salah doesn't often speak, but on this occasion he chose to, and he gave some just absolutely fascinating comments to the journalists that were there. So they asked him what he was thinking sat on the bench. He said, "I didn't know what to say. It's funny, I couldn't believe it." And then when they pressed him on what he couldn't believe, they said that I'm sitting on the bench for 90 minutes. The third time on the bench. I think for the first time in my career, I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I've done so much for this club down the years and especially last season. And asked whether this whole situation hurt him. And he said, "Absolutely. After what I've done for the club, it really hurts. You can imagine, really, after going from home to the club, you don't know if you're starting. I know the club too well. I've been here many years." Interestingly, he has mentioned another of our own pundits here at Sky Sports because he's name-checked Jamie Carragher. He says, "Tomorrow, Carragher's going to go for me again and again, and that's fine." That is potentially a reference to something that Jamie Carragher said recently, where he said that Mo Salah needs to speak up with Liverpool in such a difficult spell of form recently, with all of those defeats in the last few weeks and months as champions of England defending their title. And he was asking Mo Salah to stand up and try and represent the club, because he said the only time that Mo Salah speaks is if he's won the Player of the Match award or if he wants to renew or is close to a contract renewal. Is this situation impossible to solve? I cannot say it's impossible, went on Salah, but from what I feel, I've done so much for the club. I love the fans and the club so much. I don't know what is going to happen next. And then it gets on to his relationship with the Liverpool boss. Has the relationship broken down? And he's been very, very clear about this. Yes, there's no relationship between us. It was a very good relationship. And now, all of a sudden, there is no relationship. Has something changed behind the scenes? And then he said, "You guys know better than me. I don't know." So a wide-ranging set of comments there from Mo Salah, who, as we mentioned before, isn't necessarily someone you hear from a huge amount in the media, in the press. But given the fact that he started this game on the bench for the third game in a row, first of all, talking about how he is deeply disappointed, that his been thrown under the bus. It seems like the club has thrown me under the bus. These are direct quotes from Mo Salah. That is how I am feeling. I think it is very clear that someone wanted me to get all of the blame. So he's pointing the finger at the club, saying that someone essentially wants him to be the fall guy for Liverpool's current form.
Leeds against Liverpool, 3-3 in the end. Disappointing. And we were just talking at the break, weren't we, Jay? It would have felt like actually a defeat for Liverpool, that game in the end. Because they were 2-0 up. They then went 3-2 up and they thought they had it.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Like, I can't believe after going 3-2 up, they would switch off like that. And it's a set piece. And it's not like they haven't got presence. They've got presence. They've got Van Dijk. They've got, Konate. They've got Szoboszlai. They've got Bradley. Like, I don't understand how they switch off. It makes me just go back to in my mind, the organisation skills of the likes of John Terry, Tony Adams, Sol Camp,
Rio Ferdinand.
Like Rio Ferdinand's. Like, you don't let your players switch off. You're saying, who are you marking? Get hold of your man. Get everyone back in the box. It was just terrible that they've conceded a goal like that at the back post. Tanaka is literally standing there by himself to tap it in. It's just rubbish defending from the Liverpool players, and that comes from the organisation of the defenders.
Peter, how are you feeling after witnessing that? I mean, I guess you felt that you had it won with Szoboszlai's third.
No, not really. I didn't think we did. There was still too much time left, and as soon as the 9 minutes went up, I said to me lad that that'll give them all the encouragement, and that's exactly what they took, wasn't it? So, no, not surprised at all.
Peter, obviously, again, conceding goals has been a problem for Liverpool. There's been a lot of criticism to Konate, yes. But isn't it time you start looking at Van Dijk as well? Because, yes, he's been a fantastic player for Liverpool, but he's meant to be the organiser. He's meant to be the captain. He's the presence in that defence that organises everyone around him. You got Tanaka there standing at the back post by himself in the last minute. What do you think?
No doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt that Virgil van Dijk's performances have massively dipped. But if you're playing in a back four with three of them and not playing well, so like Liverpool tonight with 2-0 up, it was so comfortable. It doesn't help it when your centre-back partner sets the house on fire around you. Yeah. Nothing was happening in the game. It was Liverpool weren't great, by the way. We were 2-0 up. It was easy because Leeds were the 17th in the league. They are what they are. They wasn't great. I was quite disappointed with them that they didn't really have a good go at us. Yeah. And Liverpool just absolutely imploded. And I get your point about Van Dijk. I certainly agree. I just think the three around them are absolutely atrocious as well.
But is this now just pointing to an exit for him?
100%. I don't think there's any way back for him. It was done, I think, in the mix zone. Mo Salah's an intelligent man. He knows exactly what he's doing when he delivers the comments that he made. What you can't do if you play for any football club, especially Liverpool Football Club, is go after the club. You could have differences with a manager, and a lot of what he's saying probably alludes to his personal relationship with Arne Slot when he said he was rotating Mo Salah for the West Ham game. I thought, in all honesty, he should have played him against Sunderland. 3 games later, he's still on the bench, so that can't be rotation. So that's where his frustration's coming from. At the same time, the guys will tell you, if Liverpool have got a right winger and he's in better form than Mo Salah, then you put your hands up and you go, right, I've got to fight for my place. Liverpool are playing Dominic Szoboszlai is a number 10 or a number 8 on the right-hand side in Salah's position. So they're effectively saying a midfield player is better than you or in better form than you. So emotionally, he feels as though he's being let down. What you can't do is deliver those comments as if to say, look, I'm paraphrasing, but he said he's been a great here and he feels as though he's been let down and he doesn't have to fight for his place anymore. You absolutely have to fight for your place. You do not get a starting berth for Liverpool on how great you've been over the last 6, 7, 8 years. You have to earn it. Now, he's not earned it this season, and it's not just Mo Salah, because Konate, I have to say, when you go to today's game, was horrendous. He cost Liverpool 2 goals today. So defending for Liverpool has been awful. There's a lack of bottle at the football club, how to manage a game at Leeds when you're winning 2-0. But we're talking Mo Salah, and we have to. I'm not so sure Alexis I see a way back for him now.